It's Bambino Becky.
Well, it was nice to be here.
Stevie White, Bambino Becky, two legends of the YouTube game. We've got
You laughed more than I did.
KSI just lobbed money at you,
Literally.
which is honestly the
Oh,
funniest
did
thing.
he?
Yeah.
So good. He obviously expected the money to go and fan
Everywhere.
out, and it just stayed as a lob and smacked her.
And everyone was like,
Did he actually let you keep the money?
he did.
how much was there?
It was like,
What?
Fucking hell. Honestly, it clumped.
do we them and Hoffy coffee?
Dewey and the Wim and Hoffy Coffee. You must have been like one of the only people that's like big on YouTube there.
She was one of the only people who had the internet.
Do you have a 90% male?
90%.
Do you?
90, yeah. Isn't that insane? It was just such a weird thing to do because all my friends were like, what do you mean YouTube? I'm in London. What are you on about? Do you know what I mean? You're daft. Palmer Violet Gin. That's
Yes,
I-
yes. I've been nailing that. Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, brilliant! This is the kind of stuff you don't get on other podcasts.
Yeah, you get
we're
the
getting
actual-
we're getting the scoops.
Do you know what? I didn't drink until I was 18.
What?
Everyone, like, all the comments are like, oh, she's just using her alcoholism to have, like, a job. And I was like, I'm like, why do you put it like that? Maybe.
Who's the biggest lightweight on YouTube?
Who I thought was going to be the biggest lightweight was Talia Ma.
Right.
She tanked it.
What is the meaning of life?
I hate the fact that I was about to say pints.
I knew it. I could have put money on that being the answer. Hello guys and welcome back to Jack Mate's Happy Hour podcast. We came back a few days ago with our mate Robbie Knox, but today we have I'd say our first guest really. Robbie's not a guest anymore, is he?
Nah, he's a friend of the show.
I'm gonna do it in your voice. It's Bambino Becky.
Well, it was nice to be here.
That wasn't that bad.
Was that all right?
That was good. Yeah.
I heard that to get the Welsh accent right, you have to go caravan
Caravan.
Ca-
yeah. Ooh.
and ratatouille.
No, that's pushing it down. Jesus.
I'm not
Jack.
even going to attempt it.
Go on, no.
No, I can't do
You're
the
not
Welsh
far,
accent.
Bristol. Come on.
I'm from Norwich though. Like I don't.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but Bristol's not in Wales.
No, but it's
It's
close.
over the bridge.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why have you never taken me there?
What, to Wales?
Yeah, on a little getaway,
Chill.
little romance. Is it?
No. Cardiff's nice.
Cardiff.
Quite like Cardiff. You're Swansea, aren't you though? So she's quite deep into Wales.
Right. See now,
Oh.
I've got a lot about Wales on here that I want to
Wales quiz. Let's go.
that I
Wow.
want to know about. But
Okay.
before then, how's lockdown treated you?
Just great.
Really?
I haven't had to speak to anyone. I've just been in my room.
Well, you
just
like
chilling.
that?
It's been fine, yeah, because I think when I moved to London, it was so crazy. And it was like, come here, do this, do that. I was like, this is great. But then to be just sat in my room, just on my laptop, Netflix, bro, I just thought that's lovely.
Oh,
It's probably because I'm really antisocial.
I wish I had that outlook. I
Have you hated it?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I hate it.
I found it quite dull.
Yeah. Have you got a nice gaff though?
It's all right, yeah.
Yeah. See, you're one of these YouTubers, Canary Wharf. Are you Canary Wharf?
Yeah.
See, Canary Wharf.
Canary
They all are. Do you live near I'm Alex?
Yeah.
Same tower.
No, close enough.
If I lived in London, I'd
Oh.
probably not be that fussed about the lockdown.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Have you been living on Deliveroos and that?
I'll be honest with you, I have.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
Great start.
Dickhead.
The last time the cameras didn't work, this time she's leaving by her choice.
Oh yeah, we should mention that. About a year ago was it you came in?
Looks familiar. Yeah. I think this is the third. No, this is the fourth. This is the fourth.
This is the
time.
fourth time we've
Tried.
tried to do it, but the second time physically in person.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
basically, the first time you came in, that was when I stunk of beef.
That was weird.
That
You can't
smell
just
like
say
beef.
that. Surely you
'cause
need to explain
I
that.
just had probably 2 big bags of beef crisps, and then I gave you a hug and was like, "Sorry, I smell like beef."
And I didn't even notice, but then I did.
And that was
away.
the first time you met.
And then we recorded the whole show,
Yeah.
slightly out of focus, and then we binned it off, and then we had you booked for another time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just before lockdown.
But what happened with that? Oh, the cameras went off.
No, the TV was going into.
You rang me because he made you ring me.
He made me ring you
I
to
was,
say.
I was like, you cannot fucking text her. The amount
Yeah.
that we've messed her around, you
And I
cannot
was like-
just do it on a text.
Yes, I just went, I'm not doing this. So I rung you, put you on loudspeaker, and just threw it in Jack's face.
And
And
I was like,
tell her.
and I was stood in this doorway, and I was like, Becky, the the TV's gone off. We just filmed with Hustle Malone.
Yeah,
that
we just
wrestler.
finished that episode,
Uh-huh.
and the TV was just flashing and going mental.
Mm.
Like we might have been able to film but at the risk of you coming in and
Yeah,
something
yeah.
not working, it wasn't worth it.
And then we booked you for the week after, and then a global pandemic happened.
I have got a theory that you two, I've told you this, you two created the coronavirus just as an excuse to not get me on.
Quite annoying that it's ended now because you're here.
You know, it was going to come a day where I had to turn up.
We're actually doing a video where we get you to do the same podcast 100 times.
This is going on his
tricked
main
this
channel.
YouTuber. Someone hidden in the background.
Where's your name from? Bambino
Where's my
Becky.
name?
Is that just a...
So it's from the fact in school I was like the smallest and the youngest in everything, and Bambino means like child.
Yeah.
And I'm 22, call myself Bambino.
But what happens
is
when you're like 40?
Oh, I think at this point it's just lost its meaning.
Yeah.
Bambino, but it rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, I quite like it, Bambino
Yeah,
Becky.
Jack mate will be quite weird when you're 40.
What?
You're 27 is quite
Oh.
weird.
No, Jack makes Jack makes a good name, isn't it?
Not when you're 40. That's like the opposite when you look at a kid called Paul. Like it's not right.
Oh, yeah.
What? So are you saying that Jackmate? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're saying that Jackmate is a quite a trendy, hip little alias to go by. Is that right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a bit more of a younger thing.
It's hip to be a hip.
Oh,
I said it last time.
God, see, this is why we didn't want you in, because you remember stuff no one else remembers.
That would have probably been around the time I met you, surely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you've got a bit of history,
We
right?
do it.
I
well,
think you didn't even have 5,000 subscribers when I met
probably
you.
had like
You were
500.
scum.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was looking.
Even I
older
had
than me,
5,000
you know?
subscribers. Actually, I'm pretty sure the first ever time I met you was at a meet and greet
Yeah.
type thing in Bristol, and you shouted across this place as I was running across and shouted, "Alfie, where's Zoella?" That's literally the first ever thing she'd said to me.
Well, that's brave.
And from that moment on, you were destined for a career in comedy.
That was my one line.
That's been your joke at me this whole time.
No,
so
I give that up
you've
years
grown.
ago.
Yeah, well, so did she. This was
but-
a while ago.
I literally, I don't know why, but I was on Snapchat the
Right.
other day. I don't have it anymore.
What?
I just feel like once you're over the age of 20, Snapchat.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
had it for years.
Why do you still
Yeah.
have? No, okay.
No, I don't have it. I don't
You're
have
like,
it. No.
no. But I was looking through memories, and you came on a night out, and I was just like, that is so weird. It was like 4 or 5 years ago.
In Bristol.
You used to go on nights out.
We went on a night in
Do
Bristol.
you remember that night when you were like, that boy was just being like persistent, and you were like, Becky, get out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Aye.
What, you were getting chatted up by a lad?
No,
No,
she
no, no,
was.
no.
Oh, right, okay. Tell me more.
I was a saviour.
Oh, was you? Little White Knight.
Stevie White Knight.
Yeah.
It
Went to
works.
the crowd.
Leave her alone.
That's why I was single for so many years. Every time I got a girl,
Leave him alone.
he's mine. We'll do a podcast one day, won't we, Jack? Yeah, we will. We will.
He hasn't got time for you.
And it's worked.
That's the only reason you're here, because I promised you.
Exactly.
So what, you used to have proper like nights out and that?
Well,
One or two.
yeah.
Stevie White, Bambino Becky, two legends of the YouTube game. Have got
You laughed more than I did.
At myself.
yeah.
Not at you. That'd be harsh.
No,
Yeah. Fucking her. On
Ah, legend.
You I think you're a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I wouldn't class it.
All right then. Is Lawrence McKenna a YouTuber?
That is a hard one.
Mm.
That stumped you.
Yeah, of course
I don't
he
know,
is.
but
Yeah, he
what
is.
I'm taking from that is that you're comparing me to Loz, and I'm going to take that as a compliment.
No, well,
He has
apart from the
mugged
fact
me off a few times recently.
he's witty.
Yeah,
right,
go
but
on.
Funny,
Yeah.
handsome,
Beard.
Yeah.
beard, talented, can edit, offer something to a podcast. Like he has all of those things. He just broke you in two.
I
Who's that? That is-
I hit record before we start all of these.
Yeah, you did.
Well, you better have this
And-
time, because if we have to do it,
You closed the door.
I wasn't allowed to
Oh,
close
you weren't
the
allowed to
door.
close it, sorry, yeah,
That was mental.
yeah, I just like putting the finishing touch. You set all the cameras up, I close the door, and then I
Courtesy
feel
cross.
like I've contributed
Great.
to it. Going back to we talking about YouTuber names like Bambino Becky
Yes.
and Jack Mate. Like
Stevie
I feel,
White.
I was,
Just use my name.
come up with that. Mind you, Lawrence McKenna is Lawrence
Yeah,
McKenna.
but he doesn't have a channel, does he?
Lozcast.
Oh, does he have a channel?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about some YouTuber names, and because a lot of them I think are ridiculous.
Yeah, so we
Oh,
spoke.
yeah.
Bazinga, he said he took it from Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
That made me question.
His whole in.
I love
his
him,
integrity.
but-
Never would have thought that.
No,
Singer. From...
Yeah.
He
Well,
doesn't
no,
look
no,
like
no,
a Big
yeah.
Bang Theory fan.
No,
No, that's it.
yeah, Big Bang Theory. I thought like the kind of people that like that would kind of be more. I'm trying to think, like you.
I don't. Fuck's sake!
Wow.
What is this?
No, sorry. Anderson Gibb. Do you know why he's called Anderson Gibb?
I found
A
this out the
big
other
nose,
day.
is it backwards or?
Yeah, my jaw was on the floor. And that's the joke. I keep using on you. I'm sorry. Anderson Gibb, big nose. Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah, it's mad.
Cal
What's his
Freezy
actual-
said his was a rapper.
Oh,
Is it?
have you seen Tobe Jizzle's new video, his assumptions video?
No.
So at the end it comes up, somebody sent an assumption saying, you're called Tobe Jizzle because of your condition where you premature ejaculate, blah, blah, blah. Alfie bloody Indra.
What?
Alfie sent it in and Toby...
For fuck's
and Alfie
sake.
was like, I don't even remember sending that. I must have been pissed. And Toby answers it, but proper deadpan. He's like, no, I don't have a condition. And just goes on to talk about it.
That's so
Get him
awkward.
in. Get him in. Oh my God.
If already we weren't beefing the Sidemen enough.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Oh,
good
well,
video,
well.
by the way.
Thank
That one.
you.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Thank you. I'm going to bring the
KSI
side-
enjoyed it as well, so that's good.
Yeah, did you see his reaction?
The tweet. Oh no, the video. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
You could see exactly how he felt in that
Yeah,
moment.
absolutely hated it. Right, but this is not a show about me or KSI, although we may come up later on. It's about you, Bambino Becky.
Bambino.
And Wales. What part of Wales are you from?
I'm
Swansea.
From Swansea.
Okay, is that a big city?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Do you know nothing about Wales?
Willy
Is that a hill?
Willy Bowley?
Right, what's that then?
What?
Boney. Willy Boney.
Right.
Wilfred Boney.
Oh, the footballer.
yeah.
No, he's having a
Bloody
stroke.
hell. Willy Boney. Willy
Boney. Aye.
So, just so I don't know if you know where Norwich is, but it is as far away from Wales as you can get, really. It's a complete
Where
opposite
is
side
it?
of England.
Like-
you know the lump in England
With a bump.
on the right-hand side?
Oh, by
That's
London.
Norwich. Oh, as far east as you can go, get to the coast. Norwich is over there. No, up.
Kent.
Yeah, no, Kent is right, up though.
Up and across.
You
Yeah.
know the bump?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
arse.
yeah,
We're the
yeah.
arse of England.
Yes.
Don't flatter yourself.
So you are as far from Wales as you can get. But
So my knowledge of Wales is thin. Are you a Swansea FC football supporter?
Thing is, I'm not into football, but I like to pretend I am because of my
Heritage.
90% male audience. That's
well, you've now ruined that.
But-
So.
Do you have a 90% male?
90%, man.
Do you?
90, yeah.
That's I would have never predicted that.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah,
That is strange.
Yeah, but I go like, oh, football, and they're like, who do you spot? And I'm like, Swansea. Was it Cyril the Swan? Yeah.
What?
He's the mascot. Yeah.
I haven't
know
got a clue. I haven't got a
No.
clue. So it's see, because I like to picture where these YouTubers were birthed.
that. You've got
right?
a little map of us.
Yeah, I like to know like how they got into it. So
Okay.
it's a normal city. Is it like Norwich, Stevie?
I've never been to Swansea.
You've never been.
It's a little bit bigger, I think, though.
Well,
Mm.
when I think of Wales, I think of the valleys and the green and stuff like that. You're not. That's
Well,
not.
that's the thing, because where I live, it's just like, so where I live,
Yeah.
school, pub. That's literally,
Oh.
that's it. And then
Well,
you go
that's
into
all
the
there is in
city.
Swansea.
No.
No, that's just a bit up the road. I'm on the outskirts.
If they only had that and they were the second biggest city in, because Swansea's the second biggest city, right? Behind.
Is it?
Behind Cardiff.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant in the UK.
No.
God, no.
London first.
Let's go, Swansea.
And so you went to school in Swansea.
Up the road, so like, there's.
But every
different
time you're saying up the road,
areas.
you're meaning like 30, 40 miles
yeah,
out.
30 minutes.
So
away.
it's like us going.
To school in Thetford.
Yeah.
Big
right.
up the Thetford. What's
It's about a 45 to hour minute drive out of Norwich.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
no,
what
no,
you
no,
are
okay.
to get into the. You're more valleys than Swansea, aren't
valleys?
you?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So.
the Dowie. There we are.
Oh.
Neath.
Okay.
Hence the strong accent.
Can you speak Welsh?
So I got a B in GCSEs, but I can't speak it.
How on
How'd you
earth
get a
did you
B?
get a B?
It was compulsory. You had to do Welsh in school.
Yeah, it's not compulsory to get a B.
Yeah.
You have to be able to speak it.
All right, Stevie, you're getting very loud over there. No, I'm joking. I just made up so much. Like I can just.
You did well.
Yeah, but
I
the thing
know.
is, Becky, with language,
Yeah.
you can't make that up.
No,
This isn't like RE. Oh, there's probably a bloke on a cloud. Like you have to. Like, you
I mean, in Welsh, probably something like that.
give us some Welsh.
Okay. Becky Dewey. That means my name's Becky.
Right.
Dewey them and Hoffy Coffee.
I like coffee. I love
I don't
coffee.
like.
I don't like
coffee.
coffee. Oh.
Right.
Dumini hot what?
Dewey them and Hoffy Coffee.
Dewey and the Wim and Hoffy Coffee.
Right. Butchered.
The
No,
what-
but I just like. There's just so many letters in every word.
Right. Yeah. This is too much effort.
You know when you go to Wales, you see the signs and they're like
In both.
double.
Yeah, that's mental.
It's insane, isn't it?
They've got the longest
I like-
city.
Yeah.
The one where they go good.
I left Wales this morning. My girlfriend lives in Newport, so I was in Newport, and
What?
we were driving, and there's a sign just saying exit, and then it always says it in Welsh as well, and exit is just Allen.
Yeah.
It's ALLAN, and every time I see like a certain one, I'm like, oh, that's great. I like
Alan.
that.
Because we hate people called Alan.
Fuck off.
It sounds like a mythical place to me.
Wales?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Is
I
it?
come here and I'm just like, it's fine, but then you go back there and everyone's just jolly,
Yeah.
enjoying.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you have come to London.
I
so
hate
it's-
London.
I hate London.
Do you like London?
So when I first moved here, I hated it because everywhere I went, I'd be like, trying to, make conversation with people, and they'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Who are you talking to?
It's like on the tube and stuff.
What?
No,
No!
I know exactly.
Don't do that.
Exactly. It was just like, hi, hello.
You don't do that anywhere in England.
Genuinely, as if I just killed their firstborn. It was awful. So I was just, I'd give that up. And the worst is taxi drivers. I'll get in and be like, hello, how's your shift? Foot down, please. Up we go. And they're like, Jesus Christ. It was awful. So now I don't speak. I got in the taxi just now, mask on, and was like, headphones.
Didn't say anything.
I said, hello.
I'd pay money if I could go back in time and watch a documentary of your first month in London.
It was so hard.
Was it?
It's just different.
Yeah.
Because I knew in Wales, like, everyone knows each other.
Right.
Everybody. Like, you walk out the road, hello, Steve, how are you? You know what I mean? Steve.
That's your Welsh name.
Steve.
What's white in Welsh?
Win.
Win.
Gwyn.
Steve
Gwyn.
Wynn. Steve Wynn.
G-W-Y-N. Yeah,
Steve-
I
GWYN.
literally know
Gwyn.
someone called Steve Gwyn.
Steve Gwyn.
Steve Gwyn, come on.
Stevie Gwyn.
There we go.
That's
Now the
good,
Welsh
that.
can chant for me as well.
Oh God, I'm absolutely bad. What do you like about London?
I like that. I'm sorry.
She's just run out.
Ooh.
No, it's just always something to do in it. Like there's
Yeah.
places.
Yeah,
to
but that's because
go.
you're going from the valleys to
Yeah,
London.
yeah.
Like if you went into Swansea, there's always something to do.
Mm.
This is true, but there's just like-minded people. Oh yeah.
Right. What?
Not
How
YouTube.
old were you when you moved to London?
I was 20,
And you're 22 now.
22 now.
Oh,
Whoa.
so you've not been long here then?
No, so I moved up and just turned 21 when I think it was like 2 months in. So I've been here like a year.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. So when you first came on,
It was like 3 weeks into me moving.
oh
I was like this. Hi.
wow.
Sweating. Oh, I was so flustered.
Was your main reason for going to London to like try and break it, like in like make it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was just crazy. Well, the name drop always tell a story. It was literally the week that the KSI thing happened,
Right.
and Callum was like, do you want to move up to London? Because I wanted to move up, and I was like, all right, if you laugh.
Wow.
I just lost my job, so I was like, let's go. And then it went okay. But it was just such a weird thing to do because all my friends like, what do you mean YouTube? I'm in London. What are you on about? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're daft, but it went well.
Where were you back in? What was the city called?
What?
Neath.
Neath.
Yeah, Neath is the village.
Okay, back in Neath,
Big-
you must have been like one of the only people who was like big on YouTube there.
She was one of the only people who had the internet.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I suppose so. And like, nobody there really knows what it is. I'm just like, what do you mean?
Why were you the one then that was like, I'm a
How
YouTuber?
did you discover the internet? We were banging rocks together, drinking from streams. No, I'm joking. So ever since I was in school, like I would just film stuff and like make my friends do like parodies and stuff. You know, one of them.
Yeah.
Didn't have any friends at the.
You would have
after
loved TikTok.
Mm.
that. Oh, wouldn't I? I'm so glad it wasn't around though because I would have been so embarrassing.
You'd have
Awful.
spent all your time on it and only got a
Oh,
C
yeah,
in
like-
Welsh.
Oh, imagine that. I'd be kicked out. No. So I was in school and I'd be like, right, let's go and do these like music videos. The classic Twilight parody. Don't know if you ever saw that.
I did a Twilight parody.
Did you?
Yeah. Wow. It feels like, and you live all the bloody way in some village, and you're doing the same shit as.
No, yeah, Twilight was
Exactly.
everywhere. Mental.
Hey,
that.
what scene did you parody?
I did the whole advert.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
What
Forced my sister.
you
What, the whole
recreated it
trailer?
scene for scene.
Scene for scene.
What did you do?
So
Yeah, what did you do?
Whitlingham Lake, me and a few of the bloody lads, like we did this thing where we like walk out of the water like vroom, like that, and you come out the water because there's a scene in Twilight, maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Be awkward if it's not Twilight after all.
I was then going to think, is it a
James Bond.
Is it,
Ah.
it was Castaway.
Wilson.
And we walk out and we pretend to be like the vampire things, but we're all like 12-year-old little boys. Yeah,
Okay.
it was weird. I've never seen
Did
Twilight.
Twilight come out 14 years ago?
I don't know. I just
It
said
was ages ago when you look at it. But
Well,
yeah.
so you recreated the whole Twilight
yeah,
trailer.
I was doing stuff like that. My friends were like, "Why are you doing that? That's weird." And I was just like, "Do you know what? I'm having a good time, laughing, enjoying." And then I think it was like year 11. I was like, "I'm gonna make a channel.
Yeah.
It'd be really good." And it was like my videos are still up. My first videos.
How come you don't take them down?
Because I just think it's vintage.
Yeah. That takes a lot of balls to keep them up,
Yeah,
though.
and I think so many people have seen them now. Just it's one of them things where I'm like, I don't really care that
By
much.
leaving them
Mm.
up, are you not losing the opportunity that all YouTubers do by
Oh,
reacting
I
to your
reacted
old
my
videos?
first videos.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd like to see you do that, I think.
do you think?
Yeah.
It's
Because you're good at doing like
painful.
self-deprecating humour.
Oh,
Yeah.
I find that the more you just take piss out yourself, nobody can do it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
immune then.
oh yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Welcome
I
to
will.
Happy Hour.
I'll make jokes about myself daily, and he'll just take it further.
Yeah.
I'll say, "I wish I'm gonna die soon," and he'll say, "Yeah, let's hope you have stage 4 cancer."
Wow.
But that is-
Wow. Never in my life.
Dun, dun.
Never in my life, Stevie Gwynn.
Well done.
You are a cunt.
See?
Again.
Yeah, but only because you're making stuff up. I didn't say I hope you had it. I say you have got it.
Oh, there we go. See?
Right.
It's
That's
on the
different.
podcast.
Right, so your old videos. What's
Yeah.
your first ever video?
It's called That First Vlog.
Of course.
We should never forget that.
Capital.
And what did you do?
I sat there and just. Oh, it's pain. It's pain. Like if you just saw me, my forehead was about this big.
Right.
How did you
What,
shrink
has
that?
your forehead
Just
shrunk?
grown into my face.
over the years?
You've grown into your face?
Well, my head was just. And my teeth.
Are you sure it wasn't the angle? Of the
Sorry,
camera?
sorry, but I just imagine.
I'm showing you now.
I'm just imagine Becky as
Uh-huh.
a bambino, and like she's got like a
Weird.
big head, right? And the facial features are just in the
All at
middle.
the
And then over the ear, they've just
Like an egg.
gone in.
I imagined at the bottom like Mastermind, massive head at the top.
Big chin. Right, here we are. This is it. Look.
Oh, you got your vlog there.
I've got it here.
Oh, brilliant! This is the
Okay.
kind of stuff you don't get on other podcasts.
Oh, yeah, you get
we're
the
getting
actual.
we're getting the scoops. This is public, but
Christ, look at that.
what?
My head doesn't.
Didn't fit in the camera.
That's you?
That's me. My first video.
That is insane.
Awful, isn't it?
If you showed me that, I would
Do
have
you not
thought
think that's me?
I would have thought that was a different human.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, thanks for that, mate.
And you haven't even had jaw surgery. That's mad. See, I got rid of all my old uploads,
You
not because
did.
I'm not that arse, but I just worried about what I said in them.
Yeah,
Oh,
because yours
yeah.
were a bit close to the mark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have said some bad stuff.
You have.
Yeah, I have done. Well, I used to use gay as an insult. So I used to go,
Yeah.
oh, that's gay. You remember everyone goes through that kind of like weird,
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
So everyone
Everyone did that.
every school, everyone would say it, wouldn't it? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
But
you
yeah,
did that
we learned from it. It was a
Yeah,
different
exactly.
time.
And
Yeah.
You
that's
did
the
the.
thing. It was a different time. That's
I think it was just because you did 25 things everybody hates.
let's not go. Let's not go there. Let's not go. I did a 25 things everybody hates, and gays might have been one of them. Right? Wait, wait, because now it seems like I'm looking in the camera now because I feel like I already.
apology video now.
I'm just going to start scripting my apology video right now. No, it was. There's no way to even dig myself out of that hole, Stevie.
No, it was just a different. Yeah, it was that. There's no one our age or even a few years younger that was not making those jokes at school
Yeah.
and at that kind of age still. It's
Mm.
only been in the last few years it's changed. Since then, everyone knows better.
Yeah,
Like,
Exactly.
it is what it
I
is. You
feel-
grow,
yeah.
you learn.
I
but
feel like comedy was like that at the time as well, wasn't it? That was
Yeah.
like
Mm.
to be edgy. That was.
Yeah, but growing up as a YouTuber, like our mistakes are made publicly.
Oh
whereas-
yes, every
whereas-
single one.
Yeah.
Christ.
What jobs did you have before YouTube?
So I was a waitress. Managed
Mm.
to managed to get fired.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's quite a funny story.
Go on.
Tell it because
The perfect place to tell it.
perfect, but full of stories. Settle down, kids. No, I'm joking. So I worked there because my auntie was the boss. So I was
Hold
like,
on, hold on.
Oh.
Did you get fired by your auntie?
no, this is where it gets interesting. So I was like, "Oh, give me a job," and she was like, "Absolutely, my darling angel." I was like, "Okay." And then working in a pub, me just turned 16 pints. Whoo! Like that's where it all began. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not sure what noise you just made, but
You sound like an owl. A butch owl.
That's Welsh for yeah. Cool.
Okay. It's definitely got to be.
That was right at the end. Thank you. B. Secured it.
that was
Sorry.
good from you. Definitely got a B.
Stop.
That was good.
Don't get surprised when I say smart things.
Because that takes it away from it. doesn't it?
Exactly.
You make a really good
Yeah,
joke.
that
Go,
was so
well done. Let me come out there and give you a. Well done, you. No, right. Okay. So
Right.
you're around pints. Becky round the pints.
Becky round the pints. I was like, oh, come on, boys. Hey, all in. Brill. Worked there till I was 19, 20? No, just before I moved up to London. It was like a couple of months before.
Okay.
So just before, he's probably watching this, sir. And my auntie left the pub, and this new man took over. And then I realised how shit I was at being a waitress. Like I would literally pour, like I'd know all the regulars coming in and be like, oh, so and so's here, so I'd pour in, they can pay, and then I'd be like, right, I'll be there now, and I come and sit with them for an hour drinking.
Hold on, how did it take a new manager for you to
Because my auntie
realise?
just don't care. Do you know what I mean? She's brilliant. Like, she's just like, yeah, you know.
So when you're doing that, who's serving?
I would just, with bell goes, I'd be like, oh, give me a sec. Food. And I'm right back. What are we saying, boys?
Wow. Well, so before you got that job, you were obviously quite young, 16.
Yeah.
So you
I
probably
was just straight from college.
so you
turned-
didn't drink loads before
No,
that?
no. Do you know what? I didn't drink until I was 18.
Wow.
She is a goody two shoes.
I know. I remember the first night, and then from then on.
You remember the
spiral.
first night?
Well, I remember where I was. Not really.
What was your first alcoholic beverage?
It was a pint.
Mm.
Yeah, I remember my dad was like, "Try that, Beck." I went, "All right, Dad, I will."
It's like
And
an
I
episode of Gavin and Stacey.
Do.
That is all you know of Wales.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but it's just like like her life sounds like a Welsh sitcom.
Massively.
Yeah.
Massively.
Well, are you like a lager girl?
Completely. Like nights out, I'll be drinking pints.
Really?
All these girls around me be like wine or like cocktails, and I'm just like,
The funny thing about that is
it's so bad.
even guys get judged for drinking pints once they're in a club. It is a bit weird once you're in every time I go in and like order a Guinness, they're a bit like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But for you
Yeah.
to have it, it's even weirder.
I
Awful.
but I'm not a big fan of
You're a cider drinker and a gin drinker.
see like
Gin
yeah, I love a gin.
ruins lives. That.
Why?
I hate
Oh,
gin.
I don't know. Just every time I've ever tried it, I end up.
Well, you're not a gin. Well, you just mean it gets you too pissed.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's dangerous. You know, like the pink gin.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, baby owls come out now.
So the beer was and gin is I'm learning Welsh.
We need a happy medium.
I'd get a fucking beer at this point.
Do you have a spirit that you would go to?
Do you know what? Just cocktail.
Just any
that
cocktail
doesn't
in
narrow it
particular?
down.
There's a
That
lot of
doesn't-
cocktails.
That's like going alcohol.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I do strong ones, which is when there's like every shot ever.
Right.
And I just can't stand any of them. I like Disaronno.
Oh, I love Disaronno.
That's
That's my
alright.
favourite.
Disaronno is like a
Battenberg.
fake man's shot, if you want.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's
I love it. Yeah.
No,
Straight
no,
away.
it's not really like if you now ask me to shot a bit of vodka,
Mhm.
Bit rank.
I physically could not do it.
Really?
It's like paint stripper. I would
Yeah.
be sick. But Disaronno is like no, it's like a sugary little
Yeah, it's like Battenberg in a drink.
yeah.
And it just tastes like Dr. Pepper, really, when you put Coke with it. It's just-
Yeah, it does.
As everyone knows, I say it's like Christmas cake to everyone
Yeah,
who comes on
brilliant.
Yeah, it's a good way of
The
putting
show.
it.
Christmas cake.
And it's the same percentage as all these other ones.
I tried to do it. I couldn't
You
roll.
went Christmas. Never mind.
I like shots wise, a coffee Patron.
Yeah, that's what you get in the
Yeah.
waterfront.
Yeah, you ever had that?
Coffee.
Good
Patron.
stuff.
What is that?
Patron is
Sounds like petrol.
it's just like
I know it as Patron, but I don't know if it's just because of
I'm probably
Coffee Patron.
I'm as if
Sounds like a transformer.
turning into Tom Cruise all of a sudden. No, I'm from very Norfolk, so I'm just like coffee Patron.
It's a very American thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bruno Mars says it in one of his songs.
Does he?
That's the only reason I know it.
Go on, give us the line.
What specifically coffee? It's actually tequila. That's what it is. Tequila combined
Is it?
with tequila I can't speak.
Oh, so-
Tequila combined with coffee.
Oh, there we go then.
See,
So
but-
Oh, okay.
But then I'm not a big fan of tequila.
tequila is rank.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I can handle Sambuca more than tequila.
Why did the Mexican go to prison? Because he tried to.
Why did he kill his wife?
Because he's tequila.
No, why did the Mexican and his wife? Why did the Mexican and his wife break up? Because he tried tequila.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's like
Right?
why did the
Prime
Mexican push
example.
his wife off a cliff? Tequila.
Yeah.
Why did the Mexican go to prison? Because he tried to kill his wife.
Tequila somewhere.
Ole.
Gin is the best though, because gin is like a high percentage spirit
Yeah.
that doesn't taste like
Tastes like squash.
Yeah.
When you've got it.
What?
Mm.
Oh, I think gin is rank. I
What
read.
Palmer Violet gin. That's
Yes,
I-
yes, I've been nailing that. Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Any form of gin is just vile.
Saturday, I'm going to buy you a gin, right? And we're going to mix it with nice stuff, and then you see how you get on.
There we
Okay,
go.
Yeah,
cool. It's
Yeah.
my birthday Saturday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thanks.
Becky,
Gin
talk
o'clock.
us through your ideal day, night out type thing. Are you right? First of all,
My morning routine.
I'll start backwards.
Okay.
Are you a pubs or clubs kind of person?
Pubs all the way.
Really?
I would take a all-dayer over a nightclub.
But can you not mix the two together?
Always.
There we go.
I love all dayers
Yeah.
so much,
Oh,
so
just
much.
in the sun,
Yeah.
beer gardens. See you there.
I love all
Yeah.
day is where the like how it feels just changes constantly. Like you can have like a proper laugh in one pub, and then in the
Next
next
to
pub there's like a
spoon,
serious
yeah.
conversation
Oh,
going.
true, yeah.
Then you go to the next one, and it's suddenly back to like complete laughter. I don't like the serious conversations. I just love that throughout the day.
So
when
it's you brings it up as well.
Oh, no, I never do.
Guys.
But when you bring it all back, when you think back to it, you go, that was weird.
was weird.
Like, that
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
weird moment of the day.
Yeah, they're always that weird sort of like middle bit where everyone sort of hits a wall, and then you have to
Yeah.
have a second
And it's
wave.
like, back to it.
Are you somebody that can eat during a pub crawl?
I try, but I don't never remember. And then
Oh, see, that makes me feel a bit funny.
really,
Yeah, I just
What
have
about
to.
spoons.
Just have to go.
Honestly.
Yeah, go spoons lunchtime.
Mm.
Get a big meal in you that's going to sort you for the rest of the day, and then just go. Because I feel like the food obviously soaks up the alcohol, so you're
Yeah.
taking like 4 steps back. Do you know what I mean? If you eat, you just kind of like go 4 pints back.
Yeah, you
whereas
end up
Oh,
going
so
home
you
earlier.
feel a bit like it's ruining the experience.
Yeah, I just want to be drunk. I want to be on a good level. I drink very, very fast until I get drunk,
And
and
then
then I
you
stay on
yeah.
that
They
level.
say eating's cheating.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. They do. Are
Got it
you?
tattooed? I'm joking.
do you get drunk quite quickly?
It depends on the situation.
Right.
Like if I'm, I tell you, Jesus Christ, when I first moved up here,
Mm.
like people would be like, I'll come to this party, and I'd be like, okay, so these people are going to be here that I've watched for years.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a pint before I go. Turns out 3 pints in, I'm all going and they're like, oh, hello, like, KSI. Idiot. And then by the end of the night, I'm like, and the next morning, anxiety central. I'm like, what did I say? What did I do?
Yeah.
But I've got better from that. Like,
Well, talk us through your ideal day or night then. What? How would you start if you were now say Saturday? Yeah,
Mhm.
you're having like a pub crawl with your mates or having
Yeah.
an all dayer. What happens at what time? Where you going? What you doing?
do you know the best ones are the golf ones?
Oh, you do all that, do you?
Yeah.
You've never done pub golf, have you?
Yeah.
No.
I like pub golf.
I'm not a big fan of golf.
That's irrelevant.
Well, that's called pub golf, mate.
Yeah, but only because like you call each place the hole that you're trying to drink. You're drinking less than a certain amount of.
Are you on
sips.
about proper golf then?
No, I'm on about.
I can't- what, you think she's
I'm
going
a
out and playing
driving
golf?
Range. Imagine me.
with a lager?
Hey, hold on.
4.
No, like the actual, like you said,
Pub golf?
Yeah, pub golf.
Oh.
But my favourite of all time. That's a different one.
I just vibrated.
We need a soundboard for all these.
Jesus Christ. Sorry. Yeah.
No, my favourite of all time is just the dressing up ones. Because you score, you start, I feel a bit stupid. By the end, you're like, look at me. Look at me.
Yeah, I'm not good at that. Halloween, I am.
Yeah,
But dressing up on a normal day, I'm a bit like. We did a shit shirt one, and even then, I was a bit like, ooh,
Oh, really?
this is
I love
naughty.
that one.
I
Mom's not gonna be happy with me.
I should not be in a nightclub in this shirt.
You're a fucking little nerd, mate. Honestly, you are. I really enjoyed our shit shirt day.
No, I did as well. I
Oh.
just felt a bit like these are rank, aren't they? Actually, I quite like the one you gave me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, when you bite for each other.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
never got that back. No,
Yeah, you did.
actually, we don't buy them for each other, but someone forgot to get one, so I got one for him. Yeah.
Yeah, we buy them for each other.
It was Gidgy.
Right, we'll go for a break there. When we come back, I want to speak more about booze, because why not? And we'll have a little chat about YouTube. So, see you in a sec.
Nice.
Right, before the break, we were talking about your boozing, Becky.
Aye.
Who's the biggest lightweight on YouTube? You can drop them right in it.
So, who I thought was going to be the biggest lightweight was Talia Mar.
Right.
She tanked it. Like, she was
Really?
incredible. And I just sat there being like, what? Like, I was the worst off in that.
Was you? So for anyone that doesn't know, you do a series called Strong Ones.
Yeah, where we start off drinking like lager, cider, and for each question, the drink gets stronger, and it's
Okay, talk us through the evolution of drink then. So it's
okay. So for the the one before, because I tried to do it a little bit lighter for Talia and G, but they still were just like, oh, it's fine, and I was just sat there like,
Wow.
So normally it's like lager, cider, like prosecco,
Yeah.
then wine,
Yeah.
then tequila, sambuca, gin, vodka, and then all of them mixed into one at the end.
Oh
is
my
rank.
god.
Because I think I'm really clever. I'm not. Like, the best thing about this show is that I'm always the one who comes off the worst.
Has every guest so far drunk the last sort of concoction?
The only one who didn't was Freya, but she was amazing. Anyway, she came on her own and she was just like, let's go, and she was fine. But she didn't drink the last.
But the format of the show. So have I got this wrong? So does only one of you end up drinking it, or is the aim that you both have to?
You're both just.
So if I come on the show, I have to drink that.
Well, unless you want to look in the camera and say, I'm a lightweight.
Oh, so Freya did that.
She did, bless her soul. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be able to do it. How much of it do you have to drink?
It's only shots.
What? But you said of everything.
Oh, the last one is like, it's probably a shot of everything, so it's only tiny, tiny bits.
How
But
much?
Still,
How much money do you spend on alcohol?
for those videos, stupid.
Are you like one of the first people who can claim alcohol on expenses?
Yeah.
Everyone, like, all the comments are like, oh, she's just using her alcoholism to have like a job. And I was like, oh my god, why do you put it like that? Maybe. No, I'm joking. But I have, this is so bad. I've got set bottles full Strong Ones, so I'm like, come out again.
Yeah.
And off they go. So I've used them like 4 times.
Wow. Oh god,
I
I
like
don't know
that.
if I could drink that
No, I know.
last one.
I would. It's like when you play Ring of Fire and you've just got to have the last drink. That's a mix of whatever people's drinks have gone in there.
Well, if I do the show, can he do it with me?
Yeah. Come.
Happy hour version of
it.
Strong Ones.
Yeah.
Happy strong.
Happy strong.
ended
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Happy strong.
What did you get in English?
I don't know. I can't speak English. Like, I literally speak so fast. I can see sometimes you're like,
Yeah, I'm trying to keep up. I'm
Yeah.
just clinging on at the
Right.
moment. Yeah, just clinging on. Do you reckon you could nail that concoction?
I reckon so.
I think it'd be vulgar.
it'd be fun.
Would it?
By 3 drinks in, you think you can do anything, and that's what everyone said.
How long from start to finish does it take to record one of those?
So,
episodes?
I would say like 2 hours, just because we
Oh.
talk for ages. Yeah,
Mad.
yeah. Because by the end, everyone's just like, when I say, looking at the footage from the last one was like the biggest PTSD you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't look at it for 4 days.
Yeah.
And then you get to the end, and I'm just sat there, literally screaming into the mic. Talia's like, what's wrong with her? And I'm just like, the stuff I was saying,
I think I'd cringe well hard.
so bad.
At least I wouldn't have to edit it.
Yeah, it's not live, so
Yeah, but then not editing it, they were like, that's even worse because you don't know what you said.
Yeah.
Well,
Do the guests usually ask to see it before it goes out?
Yeah.
I bet they do.
you're going, okay, I will do it, but
No, I'm not asked. You
No.
put out whatever you want, but I can imagine that would be the one series where people are like, can I just vet that before it goes
I
out?
don't even know where it came from. I was just like, let's do it.
So who's the biggest lightweight that's been on then?
She's not like I would say Freya just because she didn't go all the way up, but she did amazing for someone who didn't like
Yeah.
normally drink that much like crazy stuff.
Alex was on, wasn't he?
Alex was the best one on there.
What?
I know.
I thought James Marriott would be better than him.
Yeah, James was fine. Yeah, he was fine. But then Alex was so shockingly good that he literally was like, right, night out then. And we went out after it.
What? You've been on a night out with I'm Alex.
Oh, many times.
I can't imagine. See, any time that I've drunk with him,
We've
right,
tried to go on nights out with him. He never had ID.
Oh.
he never had ID.
Yeah, he's got one now.
He never seemed keen, did he? He never seemed keen. He always seemed like one of these people that was like making up an excuse,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we're allowed to say this, and we know you'll be watching, Alex, you little snake.
Maybe he hates us.
Maybe he does
Maybe
hate us.
it's a you problem.
Well, next time he's in this room,
Yeah.
I'm gonna force him to drink alcohol. Well, the only time
Righty tighty.
I'm like any other 2014 YouTuber. No, the only time I've really like got properly drunk with him has been on the 2 True Geordie Christmas specials.
Oh yeah, they were good then.
And he never really seems like he wants to go out. He's always like one of these sneaky drinkers that will pour his drink and then he doesn't really sort of drink it. So I'm really surprised at that.
Yeah, it was insane. Like we had, I think it was because it was just so mental. Because we had me and Alex, and then Callum filming, Lewis Buchan,
Yeah.
and my friend Adam, Ethan was there, the
Yeah.
singer, and his roommate Charlie.
Do they not get involved?
They were drinking on the sides, but they were just because it was just the loudest thing. Imagine editing that. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, but it was good. It was a good episode.
Which one of are you going to get any of the Sidemen on? Are you going to get Ethan on?
I would like to get him on.
Yeah.
But I feel like because he was so loud in the other one, I feel like I've got him on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah, I'd love to have him on.
Which one of those do you think would take their drink the best? And worst. And worst.
I've been told Harry would be really good.
Yeah. What? Oh God! No, just the jokes about him
Okay.
usually.
Yeah, we'll do a different strong one. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Get a line
Build
of
up
each.
to heroin. You've got to inject that.
The last cup. It's in different form.
Right, 3 guests. You can have any guest on Strong Ones.
Okay. Yeah.
Got
We'll put ourselves out of it just for their
That's
sake.
2 down. Yeah.
Say 2 YouTubers and 1 mainstream celebrity.
Okay, so 100% without a doubt, even though she definitely hates me, Tanya Burr.
Right. Okay. Do you think she hates you?
100%. Like I think by now she probably would have seen.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah.
There was a time, I think it was at Sitsy,
Yeah.
where I got everybody to Twitter being like, please just reply to Becky.
Oh wow.
And there was about 100 tweets because it was a full room and no, she didn't reply. She must have seen something by now, but she definitely would never come on. But I think it's funny.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a meme now.
It's a meme, 100%.
Yeah.
I probably would say KSI just because it's like full circle.
The views. Yeah.
Yeah, the views. Yeah, the full and the views. No, I'm trying to think what other YouTubers. Oh, mainstream as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elton John.
What? What? You didn't even have to think about that.
I love Elton John.
Why?
Do
He's my
you?
favourite. Yeah.
What reason?
Why did that literally just came out? That came from like there.
Yeah, I always
Elton
see.
John.
I'm absolutely fascinated
I
by
love
that.
Elton John.
Do you like Rocket Man, the film?
Do I fucking like Rocket Man? Of course I do. He was my first
good
ever
film.
concert that I went to.
Is he Welsh?
No, that's Tom Jones you're thinking of.
Oh right, Tom Jones.
I like
yeah.
how I knew exactly.
Yeah.
Is he Welsh?
There's a Welsh
Do you not
singer.
like Elton John, Jack?
Oh, no, and it's gonna be a long, long time. Yeah, all that shit. Love all that.
Imagine.
He owns a football club. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a bit of a geezer, bit of a
I
lad.
think he'd be.
I don't think anyone has
hilarious.
ever described Elton John as a bit of a geezer.
I reckon he's one of these people that has this like very like flamboyant persona, but I
Mm.
reckon when you get to know him, he's like, yeah.
He's David Beckham's kid's godfather, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow, you live and learn. You live and learn. Right now, we've gone a bit scatty here.
Yeah, sorry,
right?
sorry.
I'm kind of like looking at like all the different topics we had. What I want to know is because I'm going back to the start again just briefly, but you started a while ago, didn't you?
Oh,
like
stupidly
a long,
time.
long time ago.
Yeah.
So what kind of YouTubers? Because I started ages ago. Like I
Okay.
started probably like 2008. When
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on like 11, 12 years now.
yeah,
aren't you?
yeah. I'm an OG. And I remember the kind of YouTubers that I watched that kind of like not inspired. Well, I guess inspired me to start doing it. So I
Yeah.
want to know what
Who
YouTubers.
it was?
Yeah.
Tanya Burr.
Tanya, but no. Do you know what that group, like the British YouTubers?
Oh,
Go on,
no.
name me some. This gets me
Oh,
giddy.
it was always. I'm trying to think.
Everyone
so, do you know,
Jack hated.
No. We're not talking about like the Alfies and the Marcuses. We're talking about before then.
Like Jim Chapman.
Maybe we're not.
Yeah, no, this thing because I loved watching them, but they never. They were like. I was really inspired by like.
Because that's not what you do
It's
now,
not
is
what I
it?
Yeah.
Imagine me being inspired by like what's in my bag. You know what I mean?
Alcohol.
Yeah. It was like Charlie is so cool.
Yes.
He was good. Who else was them?
Nerimon.
Yeah.
Do you remember him?
Yeah, I remember people like.
Do you remember
But they all turned bad. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of names.
Fred.
Emma Blackery.
He's still lovely, I think.
Yeah.
Emma Blackery, that's a straight. Yeah. What about
She was the.
who am I trying to think of? Crab Sticks. Do you remember Crab Sticks?
That was literally the one I was thinking of. What's his name? Chris Kendall. Oh my god.
I love him so much.
I think he's one of the funniest people who's on the
He's
platform.
he is literally.
Do you not know him?
Yeah, his
Yeah.
return was weird, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he often has some dodgy returns.
But he
yeah,
was the best back in the day.
Who did you show me once? It's me, Wylio, or it's me,
yeah. So he was slightly under the radar.
He is gold.
He was like friends with Jack Howard and stuff, but he was incredible.
Oh, that group, yeah.
Do you know all that group as well?
Yeah, like that was like Dodie's group, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hazel
Isn't it weird?
Hayes and that. Yeah, whoa! My brain's just unlocked.
Yeah. Isn't it weird how like there's all these different kind of groups within?
weird.
Yeah. Now you have your own sort of group, don't you?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
But I remember like I always say summer in the city, but it wasn't summer in the
Yeah.
city. I met Emma Blackery and I was just like, I remember watching you all the time, and she was just like, yeah, looking at it now compared to what it was, she was like, there's people running around doing TikToks. She was like, what is TikTok?
Yeah. I know you're probably bored of talking about it, but just because some people probably won't know, what is the KSI stuff that you talk about?
So at first it was True Geordie. That was the first thing that ever happened.
Oh, when you were on his podcast?
I went on his show, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was insane.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was working and I was just like, I can't do YouTube and waitressing at the same time. Getting pissed. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just sack off YouTube then and just try and make some money because I was skint. And I was like, yeah, sorted. And then I went on my phone and it was Brian being like, oh, do you want to come on? I think you're really good. And I was like, oh no, this is it. I'm going to see True Geordie. I met him and I was like,
that's like diving in the deep end, that is, isn't it?
Man.
Meeting any YouTube, you meet True Geordie.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
I genuinely, the scariest thing.
Right, so you did that. Did that affect your channel well?
Yeah, ridiculous.
Did
like, yeah. That was really, really good.
And then KSI blew it up even more.
And yeah, so then like a couple of months passed and I was like, right, steady. Brian was helping me with stuff like being like this thumbnail, that, so it was good. And then I just woke up and was like, right, what the fuck's going on? And it was just KSI tweeting me and Ellen O'Neill.
Right.
And that's all he did. Like all he did was say, just found my 2 favourite female YouTubers. Us two. And from then on I hit 100k.
I think we also mentioned her on a podcast around that time.
Do you think
Oh,
that's
so
what it
probably
was?
I think
that.
that's probably what the big. Yeah, I think that might have been
people
us.
have probably accidentally like thought it was KSI. He may have taken a bit of
the
the
limelight, but it
But it
obviously
was us.
Yeah, it was Stevie White.
Stevie 11 way.
Yeah, come on, get it
Gwynn.
right.
Stevie Gwynn, yeah. So how many subs were you on before that?
I was on 13, 14k
And you got to 100k
in a week
from a tweet.
from a tweet.
The power of Stevie Gwynn.
Stevie Gwynn, Paul through, came through once through the crowd.
That
once
is
again.
insane. And he put me in a Reddit video and I got fuck all apart from a load of KSI fanboys
get
going, this
how
is cringy as shit.
Yeah, but he tweeted saying that she's one of his favourites.
Yeah.
To you, he went, "What the fuck is this shit?"
He went, this is painful to listen to, and then skipped it. Yeah.
Mental, innit?
Yeah.
Laugh though. We laugh about it now.
I'm dead inside.
It's been a week.
Such a good video, I thought.
I thought it was good, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he thought it was actual going to be a diss track when it wasn't. It was like
It was
a love song.
a
pretty
love
much.
song. It
Yeah.
was a music video. It was
Yeah.
a masterpiece.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Becky.
I'm glad you
Someone
get it.
understands.
So, and since then you've been in a few of the Sidemen videos. You were in the first one was it the Tinder
Tinder.
one?
So, nobody really knows this, but they filmed them a day after each other. So you can imagine
Oh.
me. I was like that.
Right.
By the Tinder one, I was like that. Right, come on then. Let's get this over with.
Oh, so you done the Dragon's Den one first?
First.
Oh, right.
Imagine that.
So you have to go and pitch to all of them.
So I got a message from Josh being like, "Hello Becky, we'd like you to be in the Sidemen's Dragon Den video," and I was like,
Shit.
firstly, in school, never did public speaking. I was the person who'd be like, "Can I do it at lunchtime?"
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Just in front of you.
Oh, he's been sacked.
Oh wow! I didn't even think that.
Yeah, because when you give me the eyes, then like, oh god, I was like, what? I didn't work it out. You're talking nonce teachers.
It's the mind it goes into.
Yeah.
And then I was like, right, do you know what? I'm just gonna do it.
Mm.
So I was like, right, I need someone because Nico asked Chi to be involved. So I was like, right, they're going as a pair. Zach and Jay, Stephen and Max. I was like, I can't walk in and be like, hello. And I didn't have an idea, so I was just like, right, simple, go down the alcohol route. And I just, like, I can't even watch it back because they did not cut any of it.
Why can't you watch it back?
Because I was just so like, I was terrified for
Was
one.
you?
Yeah. And like, I just didn't think my idea was very good compared to Zach and Jay walking with livestock, actual alpacas.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah. What? So did you have to sit there and watch the others do theirs?
so we sat downstairs.
Yeah.
I got there at 1, didn't go up till 6.
Oh my
What?
god.
I think it was like 5 or 6. Crazy. And I could just hear them all laughing. And then I was the last one, and I walked up, and I was just, by that point, I just went, "Hey, okay, here we go."
What was your idea?
It was the Strong Ones drink. It was alcohol, because I thought,
It was- so it was that drink of it, all of it in one.
yeah, but it was like aimed at, so it was like Josh was like an old beer, and then
Right.
yeah, and Harry was a bag of.
Ah.
But then again, I'm so bad at delivering stuff that I literally made that joke by going, "Oh yeah, put it on the floor." Camera didn't even see it.
Who'd you do it with in the end?
Max Fosh.
Oh, he's great.
He's so good. Like, I literally rang him the day before and was like, "Can you come and dress up as a pint?" He was like, all right then.
So good.
But it was fine.
Were you more nervous at the fact that they were the Sidemen, or were you more nervous at the fact that there's probably going to be about 10 million people watch the video?
I didn't even think about that.
Oh.
Do you know what? It was just the fact that I had to stand in dead silence in front of them and then all these people filming. And it was just complete silence. Just I'd walk up with my little whiteboard and be like,
oh God.
And I just knew that I was like, oh God.
And you knew they were probably going to try and rinse you. And
yeah. But they were fine. Fine.
Fucking hell. Yeah, I remember I was proper nervous for the roast one.
I was going to ask you about that. Because you did so well, and I was watching it before I went, and I was like, oh.
Thanks. I didn't feel like I did just because.
Yeah, that's it, though. You don't feel like it.
Yeah. And I wasn't nervous about them. I thought, because Vic asked me to do it, and I thought I was just doing it to them, and it was like I didn't know there was going to be a crowd.
Yeah.
And when I got there, and there was like Vidal Riley in the front row, and I've got to make a joke that seems like it's a racist joke until the punchline, and then I'm like, just looking at Vidal, and he's just sat there next to Leon as well. I'm like, oh, just let me get to the punchline, please. It's not actually about race. It's just like, I shit it a bit then, and then because then they on our one they had like Calix and Freezy and that, and they know them. They know everyone in that room. Like, I'm not in a YouTube group.
Yeah, they had them on the Dragon's Den one as well, and I was just like,
oh, did they?
They came down, it was like, it's a breeze. I was like, God, fucking is.
Yeah, for you, because you're bloody best pals. And then you did the next day was the Tinder one, right? Oh, but they went. I think the Tinder one went out first.
It
didn't
did.
It?
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been the nicer one to film first, because that's more about them just saying stuff to you.
And I just had to stand there going,
yeah. What was that one like to film?
Fine. Do you know what? I got there. I sat down with all these like stunning females, and I was like that. And I was like, "Hello, everyone. I'm Becky," and they were all just like,
You had Chi there, though.
"Yeah." And she sat.
No, like as in because no, because they're friends. I'm saying as in she wasn't alone. Come on, you always do this. I'm saying it as in she had a friend there.
I have never been so offended on somebody else's behalf.
The best thing is she won't even be offended.
That's also not what I meant.
I know.
I'm saying you walked into a room and you had a friend there. You weren't just alone.
Oh.
Right, okay.
Oh my God.
That's not what you meant, but that's what it sounded
Fuck.
like.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Oh, bless her.
Oh.
Sorry, Chi.
Yeah, so then Chi.
I don't know if she listens, but
I'll just be like, this timestamp.
She'll hear
I'm
this
going to have to tweet her straight
She'll
afterwards.
hear this one when
Don't-
everyone tags her in it.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I know you didn't mean
I was
it.
going to say she's unfollowed me already.
Yeah. Right. I've completely lost where we were.
Where we was in the YouTube space.
Yeah,
all
right.
These stunning females and Chi. No, Chi, big love. And Chi, us two in public, it just shouldn't happen, and especially not in front of like girls who are like so sure of themselves. They were lovely, and Chi was just sat there like, we were like, well, here we are. Fuck, here we go. Awful. And then they were like, who wants to go first? And I was like, me, views. I
Oh.
thought, link in description, come on.
Right, yeah.
And I went, I'm like, I was not nervous at all for that one, because I knew that it was just.
That's so clever that you thought you'd go first and get the link.
Because everyone was like, no. I was like, I've embarrassed myself.
It was a good way to
Yeah.
start, though, as well, because KSI's money thing.
Yeah, now, but then
Yeah.
if you put yourself and Chi in a different bracket to them other girls, yeah, you're the funny ones though. Your personality is going to shine way above them. No offense to the other
I
girls.
didn't like some of the other ones.
I've not seen the video. I know the concept, but I don't know who the other girls
I
are.
watched
But
it.
I imagine if they're like beauty YouTubers,
Yeah.
then they're not exactly going to jump out in a Sidemen video.
No.
It's not really that kind of thing. So I imagine that you did pretty well. I should have watched
I
it
was
for
a bit
research,
scared, but it
Yeah.
was all right. It was just a bit like, it is intimidating because you probably think the same when you were there.
but
It looks so easy when
Yeah.
you watch it back, and you're like, I could have been like, but I was just like,
yeah. Did any of them mug you off?
do you know? I genuinely, because it was such a blur, I can't even remember what they said.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, I don't know.
KSI just lobbed money at you.
Literally,
Which is
smacked
honestly the
me in the
funniest
Did
thing.
he?
head.
So
Yeah.
good. He obviously expected the money to go and
Just
fan
everywhere.
out, and it just stayed as a lob and smacked her.
And everyone was like,
Did he actually let you keep the money?
he did.
How
much
much?
did he
After
throw?
He's like, Beck, just want to say, like, you can keep that. I was like, what?
How much was there?
So
It looked quite a lot.
yeah, it was like, bearing in mind, I was crying after this. I walked out, I was like, oh, thank you so much. They didn't keep that in, thank God. Well, he was like, don't show the others. So I was like, okay, off I went.
Right.
Up to the toilets, counting it. And I was like, there's about 500 quid there. That's amazing. But
Honestly,
I thought there was 500 there. It was like 1,300.
What?
Fucking hell. Honestly, it clumped. Just watched it, cracked me up. It was the first
was
thing that
like-
happened in the video, and I was like, oh my God.
So then I was like, well, thank God I went first for one. But
He threw
as
1,300.
if it was loose change. What? Like,
I watched one of their videos recently where they had to spend a certain amount in a day. They all went and bought things, and all he
Crazy.
did in the whole video was going around just throwing money at people. It was like 10 grand throughout the day he just threw to people. Everyone else
it was
bought
in his
things.
pocket, by the way. Imagine walking through London. I literally had it in my bag, and I was like, Chi, we need to go home. We need to go to a secure environment now.
Yeah, but to
We need to
him,
go
if
to
he-
a vault.
If he got robbed for 1,300, I suppose he wouldn't
He
care.
would literally be like, oh, yeah, you can
That's
keep that,
annoying.
bro.
I just dropped a fiver.
So that joke cost him 1,300 quid
Good
Yeah.
joke though.
for a
He
joke.
easily earned that back from that video though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it a good? Was it funny because it came out as a clump and hit her in the head, or was it funny because it was the joke?
I think the clump made
yeah,
it.
he was trying to be like, he does that like rich persona, which
Yeah.
I mean, he is anyway.
Yeah.
But he was like, oh, I can turn this £20 into like loads. And I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah. And he was like trying to do a magic trick. Then he went and fucking smacked it in my head. I can imagine. I was so like taken back by everything anyway. I was just like, it just hit me. I didn't even react. I was like, right.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
We've spoken for ages, and
Okay.
I mean, it's been an absolute pleasure. You've been easily one of my favourite guests ever. I
Oh,
think.
it's because of the my
First
stuff we had
time round,
before.
shit.
Yeah.
If you had to give a shout out to another, like not up and coming YouTuber, but
Oh God.
because I know obviously we just spoke about Chi. She's
Yeah.
great. Is there any
Oh my God, who? Oh my God.
Max Fosh.
Max Fosh?
Max Fosh is incredible.
Yeah, so
Probably,
good.
Like he should be on so many more subscribers. He's amazing. And also my friend Adam Jack.
Okay.
Yeah, he does makeup and just is hilarious.
I know
So-
Adam.
You know Adam?
Do you?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's chaos. Because we go
I've
way
met,
back.
I've met Adam quite a lot.
Have you?
Yeah, because they're all friends with like Finn
Oh,
and
right.
Luke.
Oh,
Barnett.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll have to check him out.
Yeah, he's just crazy, so that's good.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And the final question, which we're going to do specifically for Series 4, Stevie, you know about this.
Yeah.
Wait,
it's-
so quickly, last time you asked me if I was what animal would I have sex
Yeah,
with?
we're not going to do that.
Right.
we're not going to do
And on the way home, I was like, oh, beast. I
We're-
would say.
We've upgraded a little bit this
Yeah.
time round.
I can't believe we asked that, actually. That'd have
Oh,
been...
no, it wasn't us. It was a Twitter person.
Oh,
We asked Twitter.
Yeah.
Thank God. I was then doubting myself. I was like, what the fuck? I knew the show was low, but a new thing we're going to do, and we're just going to see how you run with this. It's a new series, and as this is a comedy podcast, we want to finish on a light-hearted kind of question. So, Becky, what is the meaning of life?
The meaning of life is, I hate the fact that I was about to say pints.
I knew it. I could have put money on that being the answer. There we go, guys. That has been Bambino Becky. Go over and check her out on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, and all that good stuff. Stevie, thanks very much.
That's all right.
We'll see you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye.
That's an A in Welsh.